The problem is, I want more. I didn't review episode 9 because I really needed to gather my thoughts. I didn't really know how to feel about everything that happened with Mariko and stuff. And after watching episode 10, I really realized that, yeah, her presence is definitely missed. At first, I didn't really feel the impact of her death, at least the way the show wanted me to. I didn't feel it for real until this episode. I'm not sure why. I think it's because I felt like Mariko deserved such a better ending than that. We spent so much time with her and getting to learn her character and the reasons for the way she is, and for her to go out like that, I mean, it really impacts the story, but I really wish I wanted her and I wanted her and Blackthorn to go off and live a happy life. But, you know, this story has already been written. It was already set in stone what was going to happen to her. Mariko's death really made me feel like, man, Fuji is really the only good soul left. I mean, Blackthorn, he's a good person. But it really just made me happy to see Fuji striving after everything she's been through. You know, at least she's alive and she's getting finally what she wants, to become a nun. At least somebody gets a happy ending. We also find out that Toranaga has other sons. I guess that's a good thing, but he will be pretty old. I know that it was a priority to have sons during this time, but will he really be able to raise him? Will he be able to get to raise them for real? Because the life expectancy at this time couldn't have been much over 50, if I'm correct. And if we want another great leader like Toranaga, he needs to be alive to teach that and pass that on. His other son was still learning, and he was still pretty foolish. And you saw what happened to him, so. Okay, the next big thing that we learn about this entire series, especially in this episode, is that Blackthorn, everything Blackthorn went through kind of felt like for no reason. At the end, he comes out a different person, but we found out that Toranaga kept him there all that time because he was entertaining and because it kept his enemies distracted. But I mean, he's a strategist. I'm sure that he took that into account, that would confuse them having the barbarian or the Anjin there, and it kept them on their toes. But at the same time, Blackthorn didn't really get much out of this besides a big life lesson, and he changes a lot. And I guess that's all you can really ask for is character development. He comes out at the end of this story a different person. We get to watch Yabushige kind of lose his mind, and you know, Blackthorn sees that and kind of realizes, yeah, I don't want to end up like that dude. And Yabushige is just running. He's just panicking. He's going crazy. And I do think he gets a satisfying death. I like that him and Toranaga have a personal one-on-one talk where Toranaga reveals everything to him. And it seems like, okay, yeah, we spent all this time with Yabushige, so this is the least he can get. And I feel like it brought him to a satisfying end because he had to die. After getting Mariko killed, he has to die. So if he's going to die, yeah, I think he should go out like this. But then there's kind of a twist at the end. Yabushige finds out at the end that, well, he kind of is trying to put together if Toranaga did this to be Shogun all at the end or not. If he was doing it all behind a mask, you know, he really wanted to be the Shogun and had selfish reasons behind all of it in the first place. I think that, yes, I think that Toranaga was thinking like, yeah, that's the most ideal situation, him ending up being Shogun, but I don't think that he has a selfish desire and goal to become Shogun and get all this power. I truly believe that he wants the most ideal, peaceful society, no war, and I'm so glad that he wins. Now, what I don't like is how they teased at war. Now, instead of us getting a big battle, I assumed that the budget, you know, is probably not as big. Otherwise, they might have thought about filming an action scene, or a big battle. I would have loved to see that huge battle. When they previewed it a little bit, it looked so cool. I wish there could have been a fight, you know, like Battle of the Bastards on Game of Thrones. At least somewhere in the show. There's a couple of battles, yeah, but there's no huge battles. I really wanted a big, long, no homo action sequence. Toranaga tells us what's going to happen anyways, and it made sense. I do wish that we at least got to see that too, but I know they had to fit everything in 10 episodes. The one thing I did want a better conclusion with is Buntado. Like, he just kind of has this depressing ending. Not that he deserves something better, but he doesn't even have any words, anything. He doesn't say anything about Mariko. there's nothing with him at all. He just kind of shows up at the end and helps Blackthorn get his ship out the water, even though Blackthorn can't leave. Like, Toranaga's not going to let him leave. They don't say why he's not going to let him leave, but I'm sure there's some meaning and strategy to that. But yeah, I wanted something, at least something from Bentaro, you know? At least he showing a scene of him crying because he found out his wife is dead. Anything at all. And actually, what's even weirder is that when he comes to help, Blackthorn smiles at him. There's no words said. I'm guessing they did that intentionally. The problem is, I want more. The ending is satisfying. This show is solid all the way through. This is a great show, but I'm just not satisfied. Maybe because it's missing some big climax that we're all used to when we watch a show or a movie. But then again, at the same time, I want this show to continue on. But, you know, after Toranaga, there's peace. Maybe we could do a different era with the same writers and cinematographers, directors. Man, if we can get another show with this level of effort, a little bit more action, yeah, man, that would be perfect. This could truly be Game of Thrones in Japan. And another thing they leave up for interpretation is Blackthorn waking up when he's old and wrinkly and he's got kids, and you can't tell what country he's in, if he's in Japan or his homeland or somewhere else. It's just him thinking about Mariko in the past and everything with everybody, and it's just, they don't really show those anymore. And I mean, it's good to know he has kids. Maybe we could get a continuation of Blackthorn, a story of Blackthorn and how he lives his life and the issues that he has to go through. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's my review of Shogun episode 10, and I will be making a full series review, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys on the next upload. Peace.